Hey everyone, today I'm here to answer the question, is web design a good career? There's clearly some advantages to a career in web design, and I'm going to cover some of those with you today. So the first advantage to being a web designer is the job is in high demand. There's definitely a lot of opportunities out there, and you're seeing an increasing need for websites and digital presence that's out there for businesses. Wide range of industries are looking for web designers. So you might not work in a technology or marketing role specifically. You could work for a company that's agriculture. You might work in a marketing team within that, but you could support agriculture or healthcare or high tech or finance or things like that. So it lets you get exposure to different industries, but being in a web design role. Also, there's opportunities for you to freelance so you can make some additional income on the side there. That's definitely something that is definitely in demand. There's sites out there like if you haven't used Upwork, that's definitely it's a freelancing site you can check out and you can explore and post your information out there, and you could pick up jobs on the side doing freelancing for people. It's creative and fulfilling work. It gives you a chance to express yourself artistically. The field's always changing, and there's always new challenges. Someone's always, creating a new device, and now you need to update your website or your application to work with that device. It's also really satisfying when you complete a project and you launch that. It's something that's actually living, people are using, and it's something that's very, very cool to experience when you do it. It's also competitive from a salary and career growth perspective. So there's great earning potential, and the career advancement is there. So when you think about it, like you could start as a web designer and you could specialize in areas like user interface, user experience, really, web accessibility, building sites for people that may have trouble seeing or hearing, or using their hands and things like that. That's definitely an area that's evolving as we think about like how we can make things more accessible. Also, I've seen people pivot from starting off as a designer and pivot over into a web developer role, and that requires you to learn a little more coding and things like that. But it's definitely another way that you can go. And also, it allows you, because of this web design role, it allows you to work in different roles within the industry. So not only the tech industry, but like these other industries. So there's all different types of roles that require this skill. So once you learn it, whether you're working in a testing role or whether you're working in an automation role or something like that, you could use these skills. It also can afford you some flexibility and work-life balance. So where you work and when you work could be something that's totally up for grabs. Now, if you're looking to explore a career in web design, something that you want to consider is, making sure you have the skills to do that. So you need to learn some foundational things. HTML, understanding, how you build websites and that language there, HTML. The CSS, how you style the pages and make them look and feel the way you want them to feel. JavaScript, how you can make them interact with people and their behavior. And then also, like, before you even build and code, how you lay out that UI, how you understand the user experience using tools like Figma, Adobe XD, and Sketch. If you're not familiar with these tools, you probably should Google them. Go out and see what they are, learn a little bit about them. If you work in a small team and it's a small company, you might not have a ton of experience with software development lifecycle. But as you join a large organization, there may be more rigor from when you build your website and you push it to a production server. There may be more rigor there that you have to go through. So in a larger organization, you may be the person developing the HTML and CSS and JavaScript, but there may be another person that actually builds the interface, the UI interface, using Adobe Sketch or XD or something like that. So there could be like different people that are between you, a design being built and it being deployed. Testing resources, people that do automated testing, people that actually do the deployment. They're all different types of folks that you could be working with. Having a really good grasp of user experience, understanding user behavior, and user interface design will really help you in this career. The other thing too is gaining practical experience. When you go to apply for a job, people are always like, well, what's your practical experience? So build sites, go out and create sites for things that might be in your community. You could freelance or you could volunteer for real world projects. Like if you have a community center or events going on in your neighborhood, great opportunity for you to say, hey, I could build a website for that event, or I can build a website for this community center or something in your neighborhood. It's also a great way to give back. The other thing is seeking internships and entry-level positions where you can be mentored, where someone can show you what to do, give you the opportunity to practice it and build your confidence and level of skill. We do offer internships at Beyond a Creative on a quarterly basis. So if you're interested in an internship with us, you can check our website and get more information about that. But there's definitely companies all over the world that are doing these internships, and some of them are even remote. The other thing about this career is you really need to be like a lifelong learner. You need to stay ahead of what's going on in industry trends. So going out there, looking at Google News, looking at what's changing in the industry, and different things that are out there that are changing with the standards. Engaging with online communities and groups that where there's other people that do this work, other web designers that are out there, attending conferences, workshops, checking out different YouTube channels that specialize in web design. They're all really great ways to make sure that you're learning and consuming the latest, greatest information. Networking and marketing yourself, I can't state this enough. Joining professional organizations, connecting with other designers, getting out there like Adobe Behance, you can share some of your designs. They're great ways to network with people and get your information out there. Also, social media, like everyone's on social media. If you are building websites, share them on Instagram, share them on Behance, and let people know the work that you can do. And realize that you're going to start off at a certain point and you're going to evolve and you're going to keep getting better. And getting feedback and constructive criticism from people are just going to help you up your game. The other thing too is you can consider formal education or certifications for this work. So for me, I went to a 4-year college and I did study web design and computer science. My background's in computer science, but everyone is different, and you don't necessarily need a 4-year degree to do this work. If you go out there, there's definitely certifications, there's courses that you can take, and there's boot camps that you can take as well if you're looking to learn this. But the thing that I'll tell you that will help you be the most successful is really understanding, the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, how to get the most out of it. That's gonna help you really shine, because when someone comes to you with something new, you'll be able to understand how to really leverage those tools. If you just go through a training course and you can do that training course, that's awesome. But challenge yourself when you go through it. Say like, okay, what if I went out and I looked at like NBCnews.com and I liked their website maybe, and if I wanted to replicate that, can I build that over here side by side, and can I build it from scratch? Just looking at their website, and do I understand how to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript to get it to do the things that I want it to do? Pixel perfect. If you can do that, you're gonna be really valuable to an organization. So this is just a couple things in terms of the advantages of a career in web design. And if you want to explore a career in web design, like what to do and maybe how to go about it. If you have any questions, definitely ask them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you are a web designer, or you've started a career in web design, or you've evolved in one of these different directions that we talked about, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and share your experience with other people of how you got your foot in the door, where you learned and got the most experience. That would be really helpful for everyone. That's all I have for today, but until next time, I'll talk to you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye.